And then we have Anthony Thomas Hale, longtime viewer of the pod, to miss a few abortions. Unless childbirth was life-threatening, which I doubt, what could possibly make you have to end life? Grab your popcorn, folks. If you want to respond to that, you're welcome to.
Actually, I was born with a heart murmur, so, you know, people don't know everything, but...
Word.
Wait, I'm a little confused, though. You were born with a heart murmur.
Mm-hmm. It could
Your
have been,
point?
It could have been life-threatening because there's a lot of things that can happen during childbirth, but also just the fact that I was forced to, so.
Forced to, like, by the guy, or?
Yeah.
Well, how did he force you?
He just didn't want me to have kids with him, and he just was screaming at me, and basically, like, every time just drove me there. Even, like, the last one, I, like, tried to just keep it, like, a secret, but I couldn't.
And then you got back with this guy even after that?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Why?
I couldn't give you a real reason that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why didn't you decide to just stop telling him if he was like, why didn't you decide, I don't need to tell him, I can get my resources and raise this baby?
At one point we were living together.
Mm-hmm.
My body's like very sensitive, so it was like at that point it was like we just both knew like something's up.
Do you not have family that can help you or that you could move in with?
I mean, I stay, well, actually we stay together now, but at that point it was like no. And then my family's not like the most financially stable people, and my mom is also the type of person, she's like, if you bring a child home, like, you are definitely like taking care of it. It's not the village or whatever. She's like, I'm not doing none of that, and especially if I'm not stable myself yet. She's like, absolutely not. She kicked me out at 17, so yeah.
Word? Did you have a follow-up on that, Rachel?
Well, I actually had a really similar thing. My mother is completely uninvolved, wants nothing to do with being a mother or a grandmother.
But my mom's not uninvolved.
Oh, yeah. My parents were like, nope, no, we're not helping. If you have kids, it's on your own, but I have 5, so. And it wasn't always easy, but
Yeah.
if you want to, you can do it. But I kind of wonder why so many girls are willing to do the thing that makes babies with guys that, and repeatedly the guy doesn't want babies, like.
Yeah, honestly, I really can't give a straight answer for that. I feel like before I got involved with this person, my ex passed away. So I kind of, when I met him a few months after that, I probably should have taken more time to grieve. I feel like I never really allowed myself to grieve. I don't really handle that stuff well. I kind of just put everything on the back burner when it comes to emotions and things until I do blow up, which is not healthy, and I am aware of that. But I feel like I just latched onto him, and I felt like I needed him at a certain point, and I still feel like sometimes if I'm being honest with myself, I do feel that I need him in certain aspects of my life. And really, I don't, but I do.
Well, I think you probably really do need and benefit from having like a strong, good man who can lead you in your life, but this doesn't sound like that. Yeah. So like when you're dating or when you're choosing a guy, like what are you thinking about marrying somebody who's going to like be there through thick and thin and take care of you no matter what? Or are you just kind of going for whoever's cute and funny? Or like, what are you thinking of when you're choosing a guy?
I feel like right now, I just haven't been making like good decisions when I'm thinking about choosing men, obviously. But I feel like for the future, I do want to get married and have kids and stuff like that. But I just feel like this generation is so like messed up, and I feel like I could just have stayed true to me and not fed into all of the toxicity, but I feel like I allowed it and have continuously been allowing it to mold me into someone else. But also I want to add that my mom still is a good mother. I love her. We were just going through a lot when I was younger. I was very rebellious, but that's my best friend.
That makes sense. I was going to ask, actually, when you say you were rebellious, do you feel like you end up with these guys because part of you is trying to do the strong, independent woman thing, like, I don't need a man, I can do it myself, but at the same time you want somebody, so you end up with a guy who is okay with you being strong, independent, single woman, who also turns out to be the kind of guy who's going to freak out if you get pregnant and not want to commit and all that?
I feel like you have a really good point there. I don't feel like I ever thought of it like that. Yeah, because even when I was like being very rebellious, I was just always, I just don't like rules, I guess. I don't like for there to be like any rules on things.
You like beta men?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Huh? Like, I don't want to. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If you want the kind of guy who's going to handle business, he can't also be the same kind of guy that's going to constantly let you step on his dick.
Yeah.
Literally.
Dick stepping.
Yeah.
Literally.
Dick stepping.
Yeah.
She can tell you, I'm kind of.
I'm holding my tongue,
bully.
guys. It's not my story.
No.
It's not my story.
Throw her under the bus.
Yeah,
Tell
Go
us.
ahead and get into it.
Listen, I can't talk because my must be kind of messed up too. But I will say I'm 4 years older, and to experience the things that she goes through, I'm like, you're just young. You're just young. But I feel like you really do need to understand that you deserve better and stop being comfortable, because at the end of the day, it's just being comfortable at this point.
Yeah.
I get really annoyed with the "you're just young" thing, because you're pretty close to the same age, and I don't know if that's like the best, like you felt like accountability, I think also is like,
For sure,
like needs to happen as well. And there's a lot of people who are young.
What I will say is that coming from, we don't exactly come from the same place, but I have an understanding because when I was her age, I had a similar mindset. So for me, it's just like, that's how I thought when I was younger. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I give her grace, but at the same time, I do step in and be like, you need to take accountability. I'm like, you literally made this happen. You allowed this to happen. Mm-hmm. So, but I understand.
To allow it to happen.
I mean, I was just going to say, we are definitely allowed to make mistakes, and we should be making mistakes. But yeah, we need to have that awareness as we're making those mistakes. And then that's when I think it's okay. It's if we're making those mistakes and repeating those mistakes when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, repetition builds habits, whether it's healthy or not. So.
Word.
Can I ask, do you regret the abortions?
Yes and no, because I don't think that I should be having children with a man that doesn't even want to take any type of responsibility. I would like to be in a household with, the healthy family dynamic. I would like that, but definitely. I do understand that people have their beliefs, and it, like I said, it wasn't really something that I wanted to do, but I had to, and I regret it, and I don't, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think that children do deserve to be born to like a mother and a father who love them and will give them everything that they deserve. But I do think that consequences have actions, and I believe that if you're having sex, then you should be willing to accept the consequence that you could conceive a child with that person. And we shouldn't have sex with people we don't want to have kids with.
Yeah. And I wanted to have kids with him initially.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work out that way. And once I had never seen him blow up like that until that situation happened, and then it obviously happened again. So it just...
So what was your first red flag with him, and how early did it happen in the relationship? Because you were together for 4 years. So when did that red flag appear, and why did you ignore it?
First red flag was when he was sleeping in my bed at my house, and his phone kept going off, and I already knew the phone password, so I went through the phone, and I seen him talking to multiple people, but it was just this one person that I was just like, okay, this one is serious, and it ended up being his ex-girlfriend that he claims is not his ex-girlfriend, but you guys were dealing with each other seriously, so it's obviously that. And I figured out that he was driving her car. That was her car that he was driving and stuff that he was paying on. She had ended up moving away to another state, and so he was like paying, I guess, on the car.
Can we arrive at the point here?
But yeah, that was really like the first red flag.
Okay, so just him cheating, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And when was that in the relationship? Because you were together for 4 years. When did that happen?
4 months in. I'm
oh my
sure.
goodness, I'm so sorry you stayed with him.
And that was after the first abortion. Yeah.
Can I ask something? I'm not saying you were wrong for doing what you did at all. Just a general question. At those clinics, you know, they are supposed to ask, are you being forced into this situation? Mm-hmm. Did they ever ask you that?
Yeah, they always did, and I always told them no.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. Just out of fear. So,
Sure. Fear is a very strong motivation.
Mm-hmm.